Greetings, folks. Today is Tuesday, April the 30th, 2019. I'm Tom Lineweaver, and this is my commentary, and I think you can see what I want to talk about. Now, I have been talking about my housing problems off and on in these commentaries, and I think I mentioned a time or two that the whole thing comes down to this trial today. So here's what happened. The trial was slated to start at 8:30. I was there by 8:30. The lawyer and his what do you call it? Client was late. But it doesn't matter. The judge was late. I was the only one there on time. Anyway, so when time permitted, I moved for a jury trial that the judge denied. And I said, how can you deny it? The Constitution grants us a right to the jury trial. Anyway, so, all right. So he denied my 7th Amendment right to a trial by jury. And you might be able to read the print on this. You can read what the 7th Amendment says. But he also violated my constitutional rights of the state of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Constitution, Article 1, Declaration of Rights, Section 6, trial by jury. Trial by jury shall be as heretofore, and the right thereof remain inviolate. Meaning this right should not be violated. But my right to a jury trial has been violated today by Judge Gus Klein, Court of Common Pleas, Lebanon County, Pennsylvania. The General Assembly may provide, however, by law that a verdict, so far we haven't gotten to a verdict. A verdict may be rendered by not less than 5/6 of a jury in any civil case. Furthermore, in criminal cases, the Commonwealth shall have the same right to trial by jury as does the accused. So nowhere does the U.S. Constitution or the state Constitution limit the right to a trial by jury. Okay, have you followed me so far? Gus Klein left the courtroom for a minute. He said, I'll be right back. He went back, came out with a book, and he says, Mr. Lineweaver, this is the rule. And then he quoted the rule. Now, I don't remember what the rule was, the numbers of it. What title, I think it was, what was the title 11? I don't remember. But, okay, so this is a rule that said, among other things, that said, in order to ask for a jury trial, in order to demand for a jury trial, I have to do it in writing. Okay? And there is a certain amount of time you have to do that. Certain amount of time you have to do that. And in my case, I would have had to do it by April the 3rd. Now, this is not a right then, is it? This is a privilege that a rule can overrule the trial by jury. See, that's what's going on in this world. Plus the fact, people are literally going to jail for violating laws that do not exist. Did you know that? Anyway. The judicial system, I have a friend that was telling me about a man who did some research and found out that there is no law in the state of Pennsylvania that says you must have a driver's license unless you are driving commercially. If you're just driving for pleasure, you do not need a driver's license. Even if you drive Amish people around, you need a driver's license. So if you're doing it commercially, you need a driver's license. But if you're doing it just for yourself, you don't need a driver's license. And, by the way, there's no law that says the cars in Pennsylvania must be registered. Yeah. Anyway, so we register it anyway. It's all a money scheme, folks. It's all money. Money and power. That's all that matters to these numbskulls. Anyway. So this man is in jail. Oh, and the courts. What happened in the court? He was found guilty of a law that doesn't violate, that doesn't exist. And he has to be in jail for 180 days. He gets out in June. Isn't that incredible? Going to jail for a law that does not exist. This is a big reason why I've decided to become an anarchist. If we can possibly get rid of government. Remember, anarchy does not mean no rules. It means no rulers. You see, when you have rulers, they can twist and turn anything they want. So, I have a constitutional right to a trial by jury, but there's a rule that says I don't. There's no time limit on the constitutional. Now, state law, state constitution. The state constitution, Pennsylvania Constitution, Article 1, which is the Declaration of Rights, Section 6 is the one on trial by jury. It says, trial by jury shall be as heretofore, and the right thereof remain inviolate, which means it should not be violated, right? Okay, so this trial by jury is a right that should not be violated. The General Assembly may provide, however, by law that a verdict, we're not anywhere close to a verdict. A verdict may be rendered by not less than 5/6 of the jury in any civil case. Furthermore, in criminal cases, the Commonwealth shall have the same right to trial by jury as does the accused. So, no way should the right. I can't see anything in the 7th Amendment of the Constitution or this section of the Pennsylvania Constitution. I don't see how anywhere where the right to a trial by jury can be limited. But it obviously is limited by the rule that the judge quoted, cited. So, question. When the judge is going by a rule that denies your constitutional rights, what should he have done? He should have ignored that rule and went by the Constitution and granted a trial by jury. That's what he should have done. He takes an oath to support and defend the Constitution, not the rule book. Whatever the rule book, I don't know what rule book it was, but he said this is a rule. Really. And this is going all over the country. All over the country. People are being, more than likely, people are being railroaded for violating laws that don't exist. And people's constitutional rights are being violated because of rules of court. Rules of court are not, it should not be in existence if they violate the Constitution. You should not have a rule of court that violates constitutional rights. But, guess what? We do. And I don't know where this rule came from. I don't know if the General Assembly did it or whether the local courts decided they're going to do this and whether there's a law or not. I don't know. But he said it's a rule. He didn't say it's a law. So, but that rule, by the way, is unconstitutional. Now, folks, We've got to either get this country back under the Constitution or get rid of it. Get rid of the whole shebang. Get rid of the federal government in total, including the court system of the federal court system. Same way with the state. Get rid of the state government because they're screwing with us too. I don't know about local governments. We have to check that out. But, I don't think, I'm getting to the point that I don't think there should be government beyond the local community. That way, if we have a member of the local government that violates our rights, we can just take him out and tar and feather him. Local governments are not going to violate your rights if they have nothing backing them up. Anyway, so that's what I believe. It's high time either for a revolution, and I don't know what kind of revolution. I would prefer not one fought with guns. All right, I would prefer that. But we once had a revolution that was fought with guns, and it might come to that again. But I'd rather it not. And if we do need a revolution, a violent revolution, please wait until after I'm gone. I'm 60. I'll be 63 on May 12th. I think maybe in 20 years, at least 20 years from now, or sooner, if these people have their way, I'm going to have a heart attack and die. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter. I have congestive heart failure. I have a mitral valve that is not functioning properly. I have atrial fibrillation. And I have water retention, something fierce. Folks, if I become homeless, it will kill me. So, folks, this is what I appreciate you doing for me. Either help me get a good lawyer, or let's get rid of this government. They are oppressors. They are suppressors. They are hurting us by taking away our rights. They are causing legal harm. They are causing constitutional harm. We've got to get rid of these people. And I really don't care how. All right, folks. That's my commentary for today. Think about it. And try to make your trails pleasant. Thanks for listening.